Guys, today we have a 98 Toyota Camry. This car, as you can see, is wet. It's wet all over. The hood here is wet. There's antifreeze all over. And this car is obviously leaking antifreeze somewhere, and the car overheats. So today we're going to show you how to pressure test the cooling system. So if there's any leakage, you will be able to find out leakage in the cooling system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get some tools, and then we're going to put pressure through this radiator, and let's see where it leaks out from. And I'll be right back. I'm going to go get my tools and we'll diagnose this together. Guys, so we have this snap-on pressure tester, cooling pressure tester. How this works is we're gonna put this in onto the radiator, and then we push pressure into it, just like that. If there's any leakages anywhere in the system, radiator, hoses, heater core, or water pump, it will start shooting out if it's a big leak. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this cap, put on some light. We're gonna remove this cap. We'll put this to the side, and then you have to match up adapter that will fit this, just like a radiator cap. That one fits very good. And next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this tool on. This is just like a pump, and usually this system is only like 14 psi, so we're not gonna put too much into it unless we need to. All right, I hear like a hissing noise. Let me get a spray, and I'm gonna listen to this. And usually you have to fill the system up, but I don't want to do that because it's a mess already, and I'm gonna just listen to it. I'll just put some pressure, and then, all right, this is where the leak is coming from, right there. That pipe right there. All right, let's see what we can do here now. All right, just to show you, I'm gonna spray that. You see the bubbles coming out? I'm gonna put my light down so the camera can see it. Right down there. It's bubbling out. That hose is cracked right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna call the customer up with the price, and since this is an old car, I might recommend them all the radiator hose, up or lower. Those are the one that's leaking is a heater core hose. So it's like two hoses going back there, one coming this way, one from the radiator on the top, one from the radiator in the bottom. And then if you decide to do the work, we're gonna empty out the system, and we'll change the hoses, and that's it. Well, what we did was we opened this drainer here. We've got a twist on cap here. This is the drainer. So we're gonna let the system drain out just like that. And meanwhile it's draining, what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove all these clamps, such as this. There's a whole bunch of clamps back there. We're gonna change the two heater core hoses back there, and we're gonna take off all the clamps, and we're gonna clean off that debris, that little white rust and dust on the top of the housing of these pipes. So we're gonna remove the clamps. There's a few clamps on two on each side of the hose, one on each, so it makes it two. This upper radiator hose, we're gonna change this. Let it come on, it might not have nothing in there. It's water anyway. The customer put water in this. Alright, there's a few more clamps. We're going to take them all out, and then we're going to remove all these pipes, and we're going to install new pipes, and then we'll show you the finished job. Alright, whenever you're changing hose and you see like a dust and build up like that, you always have to clean that. If you don't clean that, the new hose will leak from there. So we're going to also clean that, and once it's clean, we will show you. You can either use a sandpaper, just grab it, twist it around it, or use a scraper, blade, anything will work on it. Now we got all the hoses out. This is the hose that was leaking, and we're gonna remove that. And we're gonna use the needle nose to push off the hose. Once you have the clamp on, you should be able to do it by hand. And in the bottom, the one in the back and the bottom is facing down. What you do is squeeze the clamp, and then you can use a needle nose to push the hose down. And it should come right off. Alright, just twist it and it should come off. We got the clamp down, and now we can twist the hose and bring it down. Sometimes it's a good idea just to cut the hose off. There you go. Now we can push the hose down. Use the needle nose. We'll cut it off, and then we'll try to slice it off. All these hoses, they're old. They all have to go. So we ordered them, and we should. And the two radiator hoses, the two heater core hoses, you can usually buy them and then cut them out yourself and make the length, the size, because they're just straight hoses. Sometimes they grip on very good, they don't want to come out, so you're just gonna have to slice them off. Just like that, it should come right out. Alright, so now we're gonna clean these, and then we're gonna try to put all the hoses back together. So you can do is take a sandpaper, you're gonna clean them very nice. You can use a blade. Alright, so we're gonna clean all these and we're gonna come right back. So we have all this cleaned out. All these pipes are nice and clean. And we cleaned the one in the bottom. All the way in the bottom. This one's clean, that one's clean. So we're ready to install all the new hoses. And we're gonna start with the one in the back. We already got it installed. core side, and we're gonna plug it on this side. You see the two new hoses right there with the stickers on. They're coming from the heater core. Alright, so we'll take that hose, which is already ready to be installed. We'll stick it in the neck and then put on the clamp. Just like that. There you go. And next, we'll put the hose in the bottom. This is the hose. It runs straight from the water pump, comes out this way and runs into the block right where the thermal temperature sensor is. So what you're gonna do is put the hose in and put both clamps in from both sides. So we're gonna get the clamp up to their neck, and then we'll stick the pipe in while squeezing the clamp. There you go. And that's it. And now we got the upper radiator hose left, which goes from the radiator and it goes straight to the engine block right where the temperature sensor is. So we got the upper radiator hose ready with clamps on. All you do is slide in the hose from both ends. This hose usually stands up just like that, and then we're gonna take the clamps, stick them in their spot. Just like that, and that's it. You're done. We already have this hose in. This is the lower radiator hose. We did the thermostat earlier, and we made another video on that. So this is done, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna close up the bottom. We're gonna close up the drainer. Yeah, can you reach on there? Drainer's all there in the bottom, like right there between the fan. And then we're gonna pressure test this. And that's it. Now we're gonna get our pressure test tool, and we're gonna pressure test this. In the beginning, we pressure tested it to find out where the leak is, and we're gonna finish it off with a pressure test to see if there's any leaks. And this time it should hold pressure unless there's other leaks. So we're gonna put about like 20 psi in there. Usually 14, that's what you have to put, and just let it sit for a few minutes. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pump this. Alright, so I don't hear any noises, and the pressure is stable. It's not dropping. You put a little bit more than 20. You don't want to put way too much. Right there, the pressure is holding, and we're gonna leave it like that for a few minutes. But that's it. We're done. Okay. And at the end, you do want to fill up the cooling system. You can watch in one of our other videos how to fill up a cooling system. And that's it, we're done.